Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, December 10th at 3:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 763 headlines from 108 things we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Warnock compares Netanyahu to Southern segregationist, likens Israel to apartheid state. Falwell drops defamation lawsuit against Liberty University. What Saudi Arabians want from Antony Blinken, Biden's pick for Secretary of State. In leaked reporting, Biden says GOP used defund the police to beat the living hell out of Democrats. Sturgeon claims her husband being used against her in Salmond Row. Trading COVID-19 vaccines, regular deliveries, tracking doses, what we know about Operation Warp Speed distribution. Michigan State Rep threatens Trumpers, calls on soldiers to make them pay. Official, Maduro allies win 91% of seats in Venezuela vote. Biden taps Rice's domestic policy advisor, McDonough for VA. Trump's Hail Mary attempt to overturn the election result, via the Supreme Court, is actually full of holes. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. FDA panel gives green light to Pfizer's COVID vaccine, The New York Times. Governor Tom Wolf announces additional temporary COVID-19 restrictions for Pennsylvania, WGAL Susquehanna Valley PA. Biden in leaked audio says defund the police being used to beat the living hell out of Democrats. The Hill. These Airbnb hosts earned more than $15,000 on Thursday after the company let them buy IPO shares, CNBC. European Union agrees on $2 trillion package, but fudges deal on rule of law, CNN. Disney touts 86.8 million Disney Plus subscribers during Investor Day, CNBC. Cyberpunk 2077 devs warn streamers to turn off all music to avoid DMCA strikes, The Verge. U.S. set to execute Brandon Bernard, who was 18 at the time of his crime, despite appeals, NBC News. Star Wars 1313 dev reflects on its cancellation in wake of The Mandalorian's popularity, GameSpot. Morocco becomes latest Arab country to normalize ties with Israel, NPR. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. CDC official says she was ordered to delete email, probe. Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine passes last big hurdle in FDA review. Trump appointed judge casts doubt on president's Wisconsin lawsuit. Tennessee Association amends rules for hijab-wearing school athletes. 14 little ways to feel more connected to your partner. Ryan Zinke's official portrait a final slap in the face to Native American tribes. New Hampshire House Speaker died from COVID-19, ruling fines. Hunter Biden prosecutor convicted a fundraiser who talked up his Joe Biden ties. Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins didn't like Joss Whedon's Justice League either. Alaskan Malamute play fighting bear cub is too adorable for 2020. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Hotel offering a micro-wedding package. Georgia leaders reject call for special session. Couple attacked, stabbed while shopping. Pool tech confronts mailbox thief. House sitter shoots hammer-wielding prowler. Beet juice considered for treating wintry roads. 4-year-old boy rescued from well. Salvation Army hampered by shortage of volunteers to sort, deliver donations. Greensboro College gets $500,000 gift. Community picks firm to lead city manager search. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. States announce crackdowns as virus numbers reach new highs. Biden warns defund the police slogan could hurt Democrats in Georgia. Walmart outlines vaccine distribution plans. FDA panel gives green light to Pfizer's COVID vaccine. How many fact-checkers do they have? Vaccine, virus deaths, California's trees, your Thursday evening briefing. Airlines gear up to transport vaccines that could revive travel. Why antitrust suits against Facebook face hurdles. Truck driver crashes into cyclists, killing 5 outside Las Vegas. Got a confidential news tip? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Matthew McConaughey says people need to agree on a set of shared values. We have to build our trust again. President Trump secures deal between Israel and Morocco in a Hanukkah miracle. California nurse who took part in Pfizer vaccine trial describes illness after receiving shot. Morgan Stewart marries Jordan McGraw. Will Joe Biden fire the Hunter Biden investigators? Live updates. FDA committee votes to okay Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for EUA. Pence says Trump deserves his day in Supreme Court. FDA committee votes to okay Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for EUA. Dancing with the Stars judge Carrie Ann Inaba tested positive for coronavirus. Jay-Z launches high-end cannabis line monogram. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, December 10th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Dr. Orna Guralnik on Showtime's Couples Therapy, the COVID special, we put the intimacy, dignity, struggle of human life on screen. The Okie Dokie Brothers declined Grammy nomination for Best Children's Album due to all-white nominees. Video, Christmas package allegedly swiped off family's porch, by Amazon driver. Stimulus package update, plan should give as generous aid to local governments as possible, Economist says. SEAL team adjusts to the new normal on an all-new episode tonight on CBS. I wanted a special that followed my career, Michael Costa on Michael Costa, Detroit, NYLA Comedy Central special and The Daily Show. When can you get the COVID vaccine? The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, The Daily Mail. Man who investigated the 1947 Roswell crash found indestructible debris not made by human hands. Bin Laden's spin doctor is back in UK after being freed early from US jail because he's fat. Queensland's billion-dollar coronavirus vaccine is sensationally scrapped. Ghislaine Maxwell and husband Scott Borgerson will put up $30 million bail. FDA panel votes to approve Pfizer shot. Back to school, UEFA weigh up alterations to referee education after players walked off in Paris. The savage truth about why Dior won't drop wife beater Johnny Depp. Choir climbs more than 100 feet to rehearse festive singing duties on roof of Ely Cathedral. Kay Burley is suspended for 6 months after party rule breach. Moderna has begun testing its coronavirus vaccine in children as young as age 12. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Cher saved the world's loneliest elephant. Can she free Thailand's last gorilla? Who should get a vaccine first, the pensioner or the politician? Australia largely beat the virus, but it left thousands of its people stranded abroad. Morocco and Israel to establish diplomatic relations with U.S. backing. Pope Francis' homeland could become the largest country in Latin America to legalize abortion. Biden's transition contends with probe into son's finances. Egypt receives first shipment of Chinese vaccine tested in UAE. St. Martin reports fatal shark attack, first in recent history. 'Tis the pandemic season, White House parties on amid virus. Paolo Rossi, Italian World Cup soccer hero, dies at 64. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine approved by panel clearing way for FDA authorization for emergency use, live updates. Coronavirus live news, Italy reports steep rise in daily deaths, Israel abandons Hanukkah curfew plan. Tottenham top group after Vinicius and Lo Celso take revenge on Antwerp. Under-9s football coach gets life ban for assaulting child during game. China says it misspoke over trial of 2 Canadians in case linked to Huawei executive. Paolo Rossi, Italy's World Cup hero whose quick feet earned redemption. Nicky Bandini. Lake Tahoe to shut down to tourists as California COVID deaths reach new high. EU breaks stalemate on €1.8 trillion 7-year budget and recovery fund. Ports gridlock and retailers struggling as Brexit deadline looms. Boris Johnson, no-deal Brexit now a strong possibility. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. Jews plan smaller Hanukkah celebrations amid virus. Large Oregon gentrification protest stretches into third day. With probe of Texas AG, lawsuit to help Trump comes amid whispers of pardons. UK hospitals told to improve after maternity scandal report. Feds detail work to address crisis of missing Native people. Pentagon plans to cut most of its support to CIA's counter-terrorism missions. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Brandon Bernard, first execution of Trump's final days to go ahead. COVID vaccine, U.S. experts recommend Pfizer vaccine approval. Pornhub, MasterCard severs links with pornography site. Coronavirus, Trump hosts Hanukkah events as COVID-19 deaths soar. Morocco latest country to normalize ties with Israel in US broker deal. COVID-19, France moves to nighttime curfew from December 15th. Investors mock Airbnb listing giving it $100 billion value. Netherlands expels 2 Russians after uncovering espionage network. Football star Griezmann severs ties with Huawei over Uyghurs. Brexit, EU sets out plans in case trade talks with UK fail. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 5 bicyclists killed, 4 injured after truck hits group on retirement ride in Nevada. Coronavirus live updates, Pfizer vaccine on way to FDA approval after committee endorsement, US tops 3K daily deaths for first time. Man serving 90-year marijuana sentence released. Wiscov, election hearing is same old crap. Northern Lights, known for glowing red and green colors, could be visible this week across northern US. Airbnb makes long-awaited debut on stock exchange. CDC head denies ordering staffer to delete email. CDC scientist ordered to delete email from Trump appointee, House probe finds. Jill Biden assembles care packages for U.S. troops. Northam announces curfew, more virus restrictions. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County suspends some parking fines amid coronavirus spike, stay-at-home order. Southern California is a main driver of state's record COVID-19 deaths, with no signs of a let-up. Column, should California's next U.S. Senator be black or Latino, both if Feinstein quits. Fewer high school graduates enrolled in college this fall amid COVID-19 pandemic, study shows. Here's how California plans to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine in coming weeks. Column, in Becerra as first Latino health secretary, Biden gets a team player who's tough in a fight. Woman is pulled from truck pinned under container loader at Port of Long Beach. The Golden State's future, most Californians are pessimistic. LA vowed to cut police and help disenfranchised areas, now that plan is under fire. Manhattan Beach repurposes closed outdoor dining areas for public seating. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Sky News presenter taken off air for 6 months for breaking COVID lockdown rules. Unbearable 60 days will be seen in our lifetime, World Economic Forum warns. Greta Thunberg, we are speeding in the wrong direction on climate crisis. Barcelona's Griezmann says ending Huawei contract over Uyghurs claims. Israel and Morocco agree to normalize relations in latest Trump brokered deal. We need help, says Stockholm healthcare chief as COVID fills intensive care wards. Bhutan parliament decriminalizes homosexuality. A rocket from 1966 has found its way back to Earth's orbit. Thai protesters say royal insult law must go. Decomposing mink in Denmark may have contaminated groundwater. Trump administration helped GOP donors get Syria oil deal. Afghanistan violence, journalist Malala Maywin shot dead along with her driver. Google fined 91M over ad tracking cookies. Lebanon's caretaker prime minister and 3 former ministers were just charged with negligence over Beirut blast. Labor is glorious, Canadian journalists photograph and investigate massive Chinese labor camp and publish findings. The next headlines are from Forbes. Paul Hogan talks the very excellent Mr. Dundee and trying to retire for 20 years. Boston and Washington are the latest cities to weigh mass transit cuts. Jane Fonda and Marisa Tomei join call for Biden to nominate Rep. Deb Haaland as Interior Secretary. Cacophony of bogus claims, over 25 states and territories slam Texas Supreme Court lawsuit to overturn election. UFC antitrust lawsuit, judge grants class action status in critical win for plaintiffs. Republicans now encouraging Georgia voters to request absentee ballots for Senate runoffs. U.S. households' net worth hits record $123.5 trillion as stocks boom, but debt is also surging. These are the Republicans who have acknowledged Biden's victory. Shoplifting spikes in U.S. amid increasing desperation as pandemic drags on. 106 House Republicans support Trump-backed lawsuit to overturn election. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Kindness alone won't improve the research culture. How kids' immune systems can evade COVID. Daily briefing, human-made stuff outweighs our life on Earth. How I started a journal for postdoctoral researchers. A hydrophobic ratchet entrenches molecular complexes. Enigmatic dinosaur precursors bridge the gap to the origin of pterosauria. Global human-made mass exceeds our living biomass. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,671,840,691 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Kardashian sets new content pact with Hulu. Lando Calrissian limited series in development at Disney Plus from Justin Simeon. CAA president blasts Warner Media streaming plan. You are trying to take advantage of our clients. ESPN snags SEC Sports from CBS with 10-year pact. Star Wars spin-offs on Ahsoka Tano and Rangers of the New Republic coming to Disney Plus. Advisory panel recommends approval of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in U.S. Alien series from Noah Hawley in the works at FX, Ridley Scott in talks to executive produce. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia renewed through historic season 18 by FX. Handmaid's Tale renewed for season 5 at Hulu. Paramount won't renew deal with Jerry Bruckheimer exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Newly sworn in GOP NH House Speaker dies of COVID-19, autopsy shows. Idaho and Frank Memorial defaced with Nazi propaganda. Spain evicts Francisco Franco's heirs from late dictator's summer palace. Challenging the NCAA, HBCUs say no more discrimination in academic rules. Biden administration, here's who has been named so far. Morocco becomes latest Arab country to normalize ties with Israel. It is roiling him, reporter Maggie Haberman unpacks Trump's refusal to admit he lost. Video, when might you expect your first COVID-19 shot? Minneapolis shifts $8 million in police funding, but keeps force at current level. Biden picks Susan Rice for top domestic policy position. The following headlines are from the week. Panel votes to recommend FDA approve Pfizer vaccine for emergency use. 106 House Republicans support suit challenging blue states election results, including 16 re-elected on the same ballots. The Daily Gossip, Taylor Swift puts Shakespeare to shame, no one disrespects Tiffany Haddish, and more. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin fire back at seditious Texas lawsuit. CDC director allegedly ordered staff to delete email from Trump administration official trying to change COVID-19 report. The week's good news, December 10, 2020. Moderna doses first participants in study of COVID-19 vaccine in adolescents. Airbnb's co-founder learns live on air that his net worth just doubled. Ellen DeGeneres tests positive for COVID-19. Biden's latest cabinet pick slammed for lack of relevant experience. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Federal regulators have fast-tracked review of disinfectants that claim to kill COVID-19. The Blacklist. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Learning to sniff from man's best friend. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Black holes gain new powers when they spin fast enough. That's no asteroid, it's a rocket booster. Weekly Space Hangout, December 9, 2020, Casey Dreyer, are changes coming to NASA a space policy? SpaceX's SN8 Starship soars and belly flops, but fails to stick the landing. Oh well, bring on the SN9. Heard of mini Neptunes and gas dwarfs? Here's a new one, subearths. A company is hoping to race rovers on the moon. You're going to need a bigger drill. The best place for life on Mars is deep, deep underground. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, December 10th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Watch, 25 years of the sun. Spectacular, Moon and Venus before sunrise. If you haven't seen Jupiter and Saturn, you're missing something. Favorite photos of Jupiter and Saturn here. South American total solar eclipse December 14th. For third data release, Gaia gaze toward galactic anti-center. What's the birthstone for December? What are coronal mass ejections? Moon passes Spica on December 10th, as Venus blazes below. The next news is from Politico. Amazon sought to water down European privacy rules, document shows. The conservative idea that would let Biden seize control of Washington. Inhofe slams Trump administration on Western Sahara policy. FDA advisory panel recommends use of Pfizer vaccine. Trump issues sweeping new curbs on asylum eligibility. Seditious abuse of the judicial process, states reject Texas effort to overturn Biden's election. We cannot go home without it. Negotiators inched toward deal on $1.4 trillion spending measure. Austin's ties to steel company add to concerns over industry influence. Shut down a possibility as Rand hold up defense bill. Watchdog finds lapses in documentation for Susan Pompeo's travel. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Internal error, website crashes as Victorian holidaymakers vie for travel vouchers. The latest illustrations from artist Kathy Wilcox. The latest illustrations from artist Simon Lech. Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine gets okay from FDA advisors in U.S. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. Best of Cartoons, December 11, 2020. It's so important to reach out, Zach Kirkup reveals depression diagnosis. Flight attendants should wear nappies to avoid COVID-19 risks in lavatories, China advises. Airbnb joins $100 billion club as shares more than double on long-awaited Wall Street debut. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. LeBron James named 2020 Time Athlete of the Year. NIO joins Tesla and other rivals in rush to offer more shares in electric vehicle companies. Medical experts vote in favor of FDA authorization of BioNTech Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine candidate. Mark Halbert, IPO expert says Airbnb and DoorDash launch echoes internet bubble and predicts value stocks will outperform. The Tell, stock market sentiment hitting ludicrous territory, but when will bulls pay the piper? Disney Plus has nearly 87 million subscribers. Capital Report, here's what Biden's first 100 days could mean for healthcare, energy and more key sectors. Capital Report, Federal Reserve steps up climate change response and gets immediate backlash from some House Republicans. Newswatch, Big Tech has an antitrust target on its back, here's why that should concern investors. Blue Apron says holiday sales are going better than expected, stock jumps. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Acacia Research Corporation, ACTG, soars 2.37% on December 10. Equities.com. Hun, Distinguished Alumnus Honoree, says UTA teaches importance of critical thinking, Eureka Alert. Medtronic joins racial equity group, Mass Device. Non-disclosure agreement controls ownership of patents arising from confidential information received thereunder, J.D. Supra. Patent Genius, Michigan Tech News. Clauber or recognized for academic innovation in cancer research, Eureka Alert. Albert Titus named to National Academy of Inventors, UB News Center. John L. Volokis and Naftali Rish elected to the rank of National Academy of Inventors Fellow, FIU News. Indonesia's omnibus law amends the patent law and the trademark law to support foreign investment, intellectual property, Indonesia, Mondak News alerts. Sandu named the Fellow of the National Academy of Inventors, UTSA today. The next headlines are from Quartz. Watch Quartz's workshop on effectively managing conflict. Companies with serious climate goals are beating the market. Why MRNA vaccines won't change your genetic material. Americans are running out of high-end furniture to buy. How much do America's minimum wage workers actually earn? To overcome vaccine skepticism, follow the British Muslim medical professionals' approach. How Trump's FCC shaped the space business for years to come. Why shielding businesses from coronavirus liability is a bad idea. Who is using China's COVID-19 vaccines? The U.S. crackdown on a major Chinese cotton producer has the fashion industry scrambling. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. As a parting shot, Tulsi Gabbard teams up with Paul Guzar to introduce yet another unconstitutional attack on Section 230. AZ GOP goes full BS, claims it took down violence inciting tweet over copyright concerns. New report shows cell phone encryption isn't really stopping cops from searching phones. Daily Deal, the complete web developer coding bundle. Not this again, Senator Tillis tries to slide dangerous Vailani streaming bill into must-pass government funding bill. Stupid cable TV veterans feuds and blackouts make their way to streaming TV. SAW oversight says agency's suspicionless surveillance program is worthless and its SAW cannot prove it isn't. Nintendo plays Control Inception, canceling Splatoon broadcast after teens protest canceling Smash Bros. Tourney. Content moderation case study, scammers targeting Scrabble chat, 2020. Open season, FTC and 48 attorneys general file separate antitrust lawsuits against Facebook. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. FDA. Lotkeys. Zoe Dallas. Paul George. Ellen DeGeneres. Dianne Feinstein. Susan Rice. J.J. Brea. Game Awards 2020. Hanukkah 2020. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Social justice ice cream, Ben & Jerry seeks to dismantle systems of oppression with Colin Kaepernick-themed vegan dessert. Battle lines are being drawn as 44 U.S. states pick sides in Texas-led Supreme Court election showdown. Chinese aviation authority suggests flight attendants wear diapers to avoid virus-ridden airplane toilets. 106 Republican lawmakers support Texas SCOTUS lawsuit against unconstitutional election conduct. President first to be vaxxed, Argentina signs deal for 10 million doses of Russia's pioneering Sputnik V anti-COVID vaccine. MasterCard will cut ties with Pornhub over smut sites' abusive content. Strong possibility of no Brexit deal, UK's Johnson warns while accusing EU of making things more difficult. I share your weariness, French PM reveals curfew and continued closure of cultural venues as COVID rates still too high. World richest banker Joseph Safra dies at 82 in Brazil. Journalists baffled as Twitter briefly restricts X-Intercept writer's age only after spat with 1619 project founder. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Chinese money launderer called James Biden after FBI arrest, who said he was trying to reach Hunter. GOP Rep Mike Kelly, Supreme Court case alive and well after emergency order denied. U.S. suffers record 3K plus COVID deaths, global total near 70 millimeters, Hive updates. The market is being shut down, European bond market disappears as ECB takes over. With news of Hunter Biden's criminal probe, let's review media outlets that peddled Russian disinformation lie, Greenwald. Tales are getting crazy, Nomura warns pullback risks remain due to sentiment and positioning overshoots. UK, EU impose emergency plans to prevent economic chaos should Brexit talks fail. Brent crude surges above $50 for first time since March. Melinda Gates admits we hadn't really thought through the economic impacts. Pentagon orders B-52 flights to deter Iran in show of force mission. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Traveling far and wide, Airbnb's IPO smashes 2020 records. U.S. lawmakers denounce Saudi court sentencing of a Saudi doctor. Virgin Galactic poised for launch from Spaceport America. Italy moved to charge Egyptian agents over student killing. What we know about the Hunter Biden investigation. France says stance on radicalism distorted, not anti-Islam. Muslim men can sue FBI agents over no-fly list, U.S. High Court. Russian Navy to join first drill with NATO members in 10 years. Serious nuclear incident in Finland but no radiation leak. EU seals deal on massive long-term budget and virus recovery fund. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Joe Biden's brother under federal investigation for role in bankrupt healthcare firm. Hotels family to remove cross from lawn's Christmas display. Schweitzer calls for independent counsel to probe Hunter Biden. Nolte, fake media wait until state certify election to cover Biden family corruption. LeBron James named Time Athlete of the Year for work against voter suppression. California man charged with allegedly decapitating son, daughter. Trump, U.S. should recognize Moroccan claims over Western Sahara after Israel accord. Nolte, 14 media outlets that lied about Hunter Biden's laptop scandal being Russian disinformation. Alfredo Ortiz, small businesses need an infusion of cash, politicians must stop playing games. 50 pounds of meth seized in passenger vehicles at Texas border crossing. The next headlines are from UPI News. Search for lizard food leads to $200,000 lottery prize. Message in a bottle travels 2,000 miles from Canada to Scotland. Watch, portable toilets sing Christmas carols in festive display. Look, wandering macaw parrot captured in Arizona. China recommends flight attendants wear diapers. Watch, humpback whale makes surprise visit to New York City. Watch, man breaks Guinness record with 32.1-inch tower of tortillas. Watch, loose pig rescued while running loose in Philadelphia. Look, festive deer rescued from holiday light entanglement in Colorado. Look, dog rescued from roof of abandoned school in Michigan. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 best holiday light displays in the U.S. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Stanford designer is making fast-growing building bricks out of mushrooms that are stronger than concrete. The northern lights are predicted to be visible across the northern U.S. and UK tonight. She's our miracle, this Minnesota teacher donated a kidney to the school's custodian. Greece opens first underwater museum, a 2,400-year-old shipwreck in the middle of lively coral meadows. Secret Santa just paid off every layaway item for all the shoppers at Mississippi Walmart. Listen to the superfluent MIT scientists have modeled to emulate the sound of a neutron star. Ethereal sounds are emanating from the world's first piano made from plants. When Toronto pub admits it needs rent money, neighborhood swoops in to buy its entire stock of beer. Hydration may be the recipe for happiness. This poll reflects benefits, the more water you drink. The most active meteor shower of the year is about to shine like Christmas lights in the sky. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, December 10th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Chinese Iron Crotch Kung Fu masters fight to preserve a painful-looking tradition. Man filed phony liens against 32NJ officials as payback for traffic ticket, state says. Drugs recalled after erectile dysfunction medication mixed with antidepressant and packaging mix-up. Cyberpunk 2077 will let players customize breasts, buttocks and genitalia. 12-year-old boy, 7-year-old girl take parents' Range Rover on 100-mile, multi-state joyride. China flight attendants advised to wear diapers for COVID protection. 4-year-old NJ girl rescued after getting stuck in baby stroller. Rats besiege New York Chipotle, eating avocados and attacking staff. Human remains stolen from Mount Dore Cemetery likely used in ritual. Drugs recalled after mix-up packages depression medication and erectile dysfunction drug together. The next headlines are from a site called the Next Web. StripShack's AI-powered analytics helped it reach nearly 1 billion new users in 2020. Save the bees, save the world, how Apis Protect uses AI and diet to protect hives. CD Projekt Doc down 20% since Cyberpunk reviews hit the internet. We're all bad listeners, here are my tricks to become a better one. Mysterious cosmic ray electrons have been spotted for the first time. Google is more than search. This masterclass takes you inside analytics, ads, even Gmail. Hyundai bought Boston Dynamics for nearly $1 billion, now build a walking car. No, replacing the AirPods Max battery in the UK won't cost $309. I used to code on a typewriter, here's how it helped me become C-suite. Adobe Flash is going away for real this month. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Making cheaper, biocompatible skin electrodes. Bacteria release climate-damaging carbon from thawing permafrost. Low oxygen levels in lakes and reservoirs may accelerate global change. New algorithm will prevent misidentification of cancer cells. Amino acid recycling in cells, autophagy helps cells adapt to changing conditions. Ferrets, cats and civet's most susceptible to coronavirus infection after humans. Under wraps, X-rays reveal 1,900-year-old mummy secrets. A look at the sun's dusty environment. 1-2 punch, sea urchins stuck belly up in low oxygen hard water. Human egg cells are imperfect surprisingly often. The next headlines are from Information Week. The year in security, adversarial AI and the rush to the cloud. Gartner on drivers and deterrence to cloud adoption. How to align DevOps with your pod strategy. A question for 2021, where's my data? Shios, the new corporate rock stars. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, December 10th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to provide Spanish language coverage, live stream of solar eclipse. NASA, U.S., European partner satellite returns first sea level measurements. NASA exploration mission integral to 2020 national space policy. NASA names Artemis team of astronauts eligible for early moon missions. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Jeanette Bott and Kenzie Ferguson, food insecurity is a hidden crisis in Utah. Andrew Kramer, recycling water a better alternative to Lake Powell pipeline. Violent crime and property crime surge in Salt Lake City, up more than 20% in 2020. Behind the headlines, recap the news of the week with the Tribune and KCPW. Attorney General Sean Reyes asks to join lawsuit challenging Trump's loss. Panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Utah business leaders give advice on how to support employees during COVID-19 recession. University of Utah, other health systems struggle to provide the same coronavirus treatment Trump received. Trip Talk, why these Utah bar owners are furious at the governor's alcohol restriction. Bagley cartoon, MAGA makes their point. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Facebook hit with antitrust probe for tying Ocula's use to Facebook accounts. Brave browser maker launches privacy-friendly news reader. MasterCard, Visa to stop processing payments on Pornhub. Salesforce claims its AI can spot signs of breast cancer with 92% accuracy. Apple shifts leadership of self-driving car unit to AI chief. This is a bad time to build a high-end gaming PC. Microsoft exposes AdRosec, malware that hijacks Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. India cabinet approves setting up a massive network of public Wi-Fi hotspots. FCC orders equipment removed in step aimed at Huawei, ZTE. Original jailbreak App Store City sues Apple for its monopoly. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri to vote on black bear hunting season after over 2,000 speak out against it. Man shot in head in North St. Louis. U.S. panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Judge disqualifies circuit attorney from case involving St. Louis gun-waving couple. Royal advisory issued in O'Fallon following water main break. Convicted sex offender faces serious prison time on new child porn charges. One-day U.S. deaths top 3,000, more than D-Day or 9/11. Missouri COVID update, state death toll climbs by 67. Northern Lights forecast has gone bust, says U.S. space forecaster. Why Illinois health officials say you should wait to get the COVID vaccine if you recently contracted the virus. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. City upholds firing of lawmaker officer for excessive force and arrest of black man. Man pleads not guilty to murdering house guest in Rancho Peacewood. New San Diego City Council sworn in, promises action on COVID-19. Virus brings changes as Hanukkah begins at sundown Thursday. Non-FDA-approved COVID-19 tests from Mexico seized at San Diego Airport. California's virus tracking app launches Thursday. Here's how to sign up. Ellen DeGeneres tests positive for COVID-19, is feeling fine right now. Todd Gloria sworn in as history-making new mayor of San Diego. County outlines COVID-19 vaccine distribution plan. 4 graduates of San Diego universities to train for NASA moon landing program. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Microsoft HoloLens helping Russian engineers build Su-57 fighter jet. Boeing shares new details about recently performed B-1B external weapons carry demonstration. Boeing delivers 14th CH-47 Chinook built for Royal Netherlands Air Force. U.S. military receives first upgraded Boeing's compact lasers. U.S. Navy tanker drone take off for the first time with an aerial refueling pod. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. The fate of the 2 Canadian Michaels. China is changing course in Africa. 12 hours outside Haitian People's Court, China's landmark met 2 Ks. 5 minutes to turn your spinach salad into a Chinese soup. Chengdu woman faces cyber harassment after contracting COVID-19. Will New Zealand become more hawkish toward China? How a Chinese nationalist's talking point found its way into a Trump tweet. The legacy of Yuan Shikai, China's disastrous first president. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. COVID-19 vaccine priority list, which group are you in? DMV service temporarily suspended. U.S. panel approves widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. COVID patient tells doctor all 22 people at Thanksgiving dinner have since tested positive. When, where, and why you may get a text emergency alert. COVID-19 vaccines, when will they be approved? Pelosi backs Swalwell amid suspected spy connection. Colin Kaepernick gets his own Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. U.S. jobless claims jumped the most in September. Ellen DeGeneres speaks out coronavirus diagnosis. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Steelers rookie Highsmith not focused on being Bud Light. Army hosts Navy for first time in 77 years due to COVID-19. Rodgers led Packers on brink of NFC North title, play Lions. Oklahoma State goes into Baylor makeup out of B12 contention. Buffalo Bills sign GM Bean to 4-year contract extension. House race results. Shake Shack in Vernon Hills is Jane's first with a drive-up window. Suspect in 1999 Des Plaines slaying captured in Mexico, extradited to U.S. Police, man, woman found shot in Beach Park garage were murdered. Six Flags Great America debuts drive-through dates for holiday in the park. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Free-floating car share gig expands service to more Seattle neighborhoods. Sufficient for the time and place, the beginning of Seattle's first newspaper. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Romania, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Canada, Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Australia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in Tonga October 12, 2020, 2048 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 97.79 km, in south of Kermadec Islands October 12, 2020, 2042 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, December 10th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Taiwan's place in the global tech race. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Southwest Airlines to resume Bush Intercontinental Airport service in April. Construction equipment engulfed in flames after gas main line ruptures in Houston. Take the kitchen sink challenge at this 1950s Long Island ice cream parlor. Mayor Turner reinforces city COVID-19 protocols in place after Thanksgiving weekend. Take a drive through this winter wonderland. Advisory panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in U.S. Lamarck man was fatally shot in the back by officer, uncle says. Houston hospitals ready for thousands of vaccine doses for workers. Help wanted, this is who's hiring in Houston. SEC on ABC, ESPN to be exclusive TV home, starting 2024. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Jalen Hurts gets first start versus Saints, NFL's #1 defense. Washington State seeks to avoid meltdown versus Cal. Focuses on QB choices Trubisky, Bears host Watson, Texans. Reunion time for Jamal Adams as Seahawks host winless Jets. Tim Weah scores first goal for Lille in Europa loss at Celtic. Alex Smith faces old 49ers team with no familiar faces. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, the most deranged holiday 2020 gift guide. New York City Housing Authority violated lead paint regulations for years, report finds. Find your NYC Public Schools COVID testing rate online. Division within Brooklyn Democratic Party apparent as former party boss says F-ing progressive should be overcome. Jersey City looks back on deadly kosher market shooting, 1 year ago today. This 1,873 map of Central Park details its verdant plant life. As rapid antigen testing grows, New York State's virus positivity rate comes under scrutiny. De Blasio presents broad strokes of plan to address learning loss among NYC students. How NYC is preparing to roll out COVID-19 vaccines. Photos, the Diker Heights lights are on and ready to inject the holiday spirit straight into your eyeballs. The next headlines are from Observer.com. FDA authorizes Pfizer's COVID vaccine. Next big question is how to get it. Banksy's sneezing woman is sure to become an Instagram destination. Soul pushes pixart's artistry further than ever before. Do you have psychic abilities? The complete guide to finding out. Minari captures the messy truth about the American dream. Queen Elizabeth has big plans for the royal family next year. Sir William Arthur Lewis, trailblazing economist, honored with a Google Doodle. YCBG, a new and legal cannabis plant product, is surging. Rob Lowe paid $13 million for another Montecito mansion. AT&T offloads MMA streamer Crunchyroll to Sony in $1.175 billion deal. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag has occurred near Kashgar in China. Light earthquake, M4.3 quake has struck near Golpara in India. Minor earthquake, 3.2 mag has occurred near Squintma in Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag was detected near Kourou in Tajikistan. Minor earthquake, M3.6 quake has struck near Falls Pass in Alaska. Moderate earthquake, M5.9 quake has struck near Naofu in Tonga. Strong earthquake, 6 mag strikes near the Kermadec Islands. Light earthquake, M4.1 quake has struck near Sandpoint in Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.4 mag strikes near Kaktovik in Alaska. Light earthquake 4.9 mag, 36 kilometers southeast of Yilan, Taiwan. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Celebrating Vanuatu's path to sustainable development. Solar power from Argentina's Puna Highlands reaches entire country. Can agricultural apps bring Indonesia's farmers back to the fields? If your civic space is closed, your human rights dissolve. Reduce military spending, a much-needed response to violence against women. Human rights must be at the heart of the COVID-19 recovery. ESCAS, historic step towards protecting human rights defenders in Latin America and the Caribbean. Education is a fundamental human right and the priority of the 21st century. U.S. Presidential Election Part 4, The Legacy of Slavery and Racism. Drop in remittances, a financial lifeline for 800 million people, could impact financial stability of numerous countries. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Snopes, FMR Pfizer VP did not say CV vaccine causes female sterilization, only that it's possible. In stunning rebuke, LA judge strikes down abusive outdoor dining ban as lacking science, evidence or logic. These are the world's most heavily surveilled cities in 2020, global CCTV study. Vaccine passport apps, but I thought that it was just a conspiracy theory. After 4 years of stonewalling, corrupt FBI finally admits they're holding Seth Rich's laptop. Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden under federal investigation for tax case. Allergy risk on Pfizer jab, day before FDA meet to give green light to vaccine. UK regulators warn people with significant food and medicine allergies not to take it after 2 health workers suffer anaphylactic reaction. 14 Fort Hood soldiers fired, suspended over violence at base. 1/3 of U.S. states have now joined Texas' SCOTUS bid to overturn election. Palantir's Tiberius, race, and the public health panopticon. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Was anonymous letter decrying harmful impact of Christmas lights sent to Minnesota resident? Did a TikTok reveal the secret to unlock any iPhone? Probe, CDC official says she was ordered to delete emails. Does teaser video show location for GTA 6? Does Texas HB 196 repeal the castle doctrine? Did 4 COVID-19 vaccine trial patients develop Bell's palsy? Precious painting lost at German airport found in dumpster. Gone olive, mystery 10-foot pillar in Germany destroyed. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. A guide to Pfizer BioNTech technicians' COVID-19 vaccine. Warnock's false ad on taxes. Trump's bogus swing state claim. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. What the hell was Biden thinking with his wildly out-of-touch choice for Veterans Affairs Secretary? Zuckerberg tells Facebook staff they won't need a vaccine to return to work. Rudy Giuliani's new theory on debunked Georgia video, they were handing out dope. Fox News anchor blows up when liberal pundit calls out lack of COVID death coverage. Michael Bay's pandemic thriller Songbird is one of the worst movies of the year. Avoid the mail, these are the best gifts that don't need to be shipped. Husband cleared of murdering wife because he was delirious with jealousy. Is this the real reason why Trump's freaking out about the defense bill? Iran cannot get its story straight on assassination of top nuclear scientist. Dem Super PAC hits Purdue, Loeffler on stock sales in new $6.50 an ad buy. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Jets fan Rich Eisen would love to woo Trevor Lawrence with wedding gift. Disney announces new Star Wars series Andor, Ahsoka, and Rangers of the New Republic. COVID-19 restrictions fueled New York City's nation-leading drop in car crashes. New content from Kardashian family set to premiere on Hulu next year. Knicks finally returning to action 9 months after NBA pause. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Project Stargazer, the history and future of balloon-based astronomy. Get ready for the G-minute meteor shower 2020. Watch, SpaceX's Starship prototype has a successful test, until it lands in a fiery wreck. These astronauts had the right stuff, but never made it to space. Chuck Yeager, first pilot to break the sound barrier, dies at 97. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. One of these astronauts could be the first woman to walk on the moon. Several U.S. states may be able to see northern lights this week. NASA announces Artemis team of astronauts for future moon missions. SpaceX launched Starship prototype on spectacular test flight. Jupiter and Saturn will form the first double planet in 800 years. SpaceX rocket test flight ends in fiery explosion. Extraordinary rate of change as the Arctic warms, NOAA says. Legendary pilot Chuck Yeager, first to break sound barrier, dies at 97. Network of nearly 650 cameras helps California firefighters spot fires early. How trees communicate with one another using a complex subterranean system of fungi and roots. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Aliens in hiding until mankind is ready, says ex-Israeli space head. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Former Sanitation Commissioner Catherine Garcia promises to address NYCST show if elected mayor. Outgoing Congressman Max Rose sets his sights on NYC mayor's race. CIT, Bodicum video shows gunpoint raid on Florida COVID data scientist Rebecca Jones' home. NYC Council approves controversial development in Flushing, Queens. Teen caught COVID in South Korea restaurant within 5 minutes from person 20 feet away, study. Justices rule Muslim men can sue FBI agents over no-fly list. 5 bicyclists killed in Nevada highway truck crash. U.S. set to execute Brandon Bernard despite Kim Kardashian's last-minute plea to President Trump. Flight attendants told to wear diapers to guard against COVID. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Force takes next step in efforts to ready B-1 for future hypersonic missiles. Wilkie has lost trust and should resign, Veterans Affairs Committee chair says. U.S. warplanes hit Somali rebels days after U.S. troop withdrawal announced. Army recruiters aid woman injured in car crash outside their office. Army and he knows it, hit-making DJ had 2 basic training. Wilkie disparaged congressional aide who alleged sexual assault at VA facility, IG probe confirms. Hunter Biden tax probe examining Chinese business dealings. Defense bill sets up new maternity uniform loan program for pregnant troops. Biden taps former White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough for VA Secretary. US B-52H bombers fly to Middle East in mission to deter Iran. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Judge upholds firing of officer dismissed in the wake of Laquan McDonald case. Northern Lights show disappoints, space scientist says. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, U.S. panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, 11,101 new COVID-19 cases and 196 additional deaths reported. Illinois reports 11,101 daily COVID-19 cases, highest in more than a week, and 196 deaths, third most since pandemic began. 79-year-old Harold's Chicken Shack owner cooking alone at ghost kitchen, it's so bad I can barely pay rent. Prosecutors say Elgin pair carried out scheme to impersonate a police officer and steal victims' wallets. Man killed, Lake County officer wounded in shootout in Gary. Chicago police say new online tool measures trust, feeling of safety in city neighborhoods. Column, From the Great Fire to Modernist Houses to Jean Gang, a rich array of design books for the holidays. St. Charles pedestrian dies after being struck by car in Geneva. The following headlines are from phys.org. Scientists look to meteorites for inspiration to achieve critical element-free magnet. Restorative justice preferred among the Enga in Papua New Guinea. Which product categories and industries benefit most from social advertising? EPA move creates hurdles for future air, climate rules. Northern Lights a big miss, U.S. space forecaster says. Artificial Chemist 2.0, quantum.R&D in less than an hour. Roadmap offers solutions for future of food, global ag innovation. Nanocylinder vibrations help quantify polymer curing for 3D printing. Study shows supervisors who feel appreciated have better outlook at work. How commercial vessels could become tsunami early warning systems. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, December 10th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why do we tree? Science offers a few possibilities. What science says about blue light blocking glasses. A new drug for peanut allergies is offering hope for food allergy sufferers. How Elon Musk's historic launch changes the future of space exploration. Leeches and maggots are FDA approved and still used in modern medicine. Was King Solomon's temple a real place? Why do so many weird animals live in Australia? Scientists devise a method to edit mitochondrial DNA. Here's how it works and why it matters. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Week after cart accident, Kurt toughs it out at U.S. Open. Browns get second crack at Ravens with playoff hopes high. Preston scores 22 to carry Ohio past Purdue Northwest 92-72. Jones leads Western Illinois past Mount St. Joseph 80-55. Seattle may cover Durkin's legal expenses in rejected recall, ruling years in solid recall. Juhes scores 27, number 18 Ohio State women beat Miami, Ohio. GOP, where's the personal responsibility? As virus spreads, teacher shortage drives school closures. Watchdog raises possible Kushner link to $700 rescue loan. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. In first 2 months of budget year, U.S. deficit is up 25.1%. Milpitas Police Chief Armando Corpus to retire after 30 years. COVID, panel endorses use of Pfizer vaccine in U.S. San Jose State vs. Nevada. What to know before Friday's game in Las Vegas, SJSU's temporary home. Battleground states hit back at Texas election lawsuit. Campbell firm sets good example with holiday gift donation. Looks like Raiders will have Josh Jacobs, Trent Brown, Jonathan Abram for Colts. At home, finding your perfect kitchen knife. Map, the 36 California counties under stay-home order, and what the sheriffs say they'll do about it. Steve Kerr outlines Warriors' careful path forward with Draymond, Wiseman after COVID tests. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Maryland unveils more help for businesses during pandemic. U.S. panel endorses Pfizer COVID-19 shot in a major step toward an epic vaccination campaign against T. Veterinarian accused of cruelty after dog overheating death. 3 people dead in series of crashes in western Michigan. Kim Gardner, St. Louis prosecutor, dismissed from Mark and Patricia McCloskey case. No nods Arizona's U.S. Supreme Court election law appeal. Judge dismisses St. Louis prosecutor from McCloskey case. Georgia House Speaker moves against election official. Surgeon General commends Montana for reducing virus spread. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Lobbyists mobilize for priority access to coronavirus vaccine. Inside Biden's meeting with civil rights leaders. Why is Marcia Fudge being nominated to AGD, if not tokenism? ICE mismanagement created coronavirus hotbeds of infection in and around detention centers. Caribbean Islanders, environmentalist billionaire building resort on protected wetlands. State-sanctioned killers, as Trump expedites executions at home, Biden builds team for wars abroad. Biden Defense Secretary nominee Lloyd Austin comes under fire for industry connections. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Study finds strong links between trust and social media use. Essential oral health care during the COVID-19 pandemic. Psychiatric disorders explain increased risk for self-harm in autism spectrum disorders. The role of platform protection insurance in the sharing economy. Predicting heart disease from the skin. Electronic Amoeba finds approximate solution to traveling salesman problem in linear time. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Northwestern has to deal with Illinois before heading to Big Ten championship game. National Guard to be sent to veterans' homes hit by coronavirus outbreaks. Bears injuries, Khalil Mack, Buster Screen, Darnell Mooney still out. Man fired 31 rounds in fatal April shooting on West Side, prosecutors. Texans star J.J. Watt eyes Bears, and sacks of hot dogs. Cubs leave virtual winter meetings with more work to do. Panel of FDA advisors back Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. COVID-19 has killed 196 more Illinoisans, the third most deaths ever reported in a single day. Live updates. Alex Olmedo, Wimbledon champ and tennis Hall of Famer, dies at 84. Bears briefly shut down Hallis Hall after another positive coronavirus test. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. The Riverfront Times is seeking spring 2021 interns. John Danforth calls out Missouri AG Eric Schmidt's degree pokery. St. Louis Jason Spencer stays busy bringing monsters to life during COVID-19. Gun butt in St. Charles traced to Wisconsin killing, feds say. A child's death in Washington, Missouri changes community views about COVID. Beast Southern Kitchen and Barbecue is now open in Columbia, Illinois. Meet the woman who oversees abortions of Planned Parenthood. What about Eli? Tragedy after a fiery roadside rescue. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Governor Whitmer says removing Rep. Johnson from committees too far. Michiganders miss dining out more than anyone else, according to Twitter data. 21 plus top Craigslist personals alternatives, what replaced Craigslist casual encounter section, sex classifieds. Pfizer plans to distribute 84K doses of COVID-19 vaccine in Michigan hours after FDA approval. Best female enhancement pills, top libido boosters for women. Taylor Swift gives $13K to unemployed Michigan mother of 4 facing eviction. You can now play Record Packer, an old-school video game designed by Detroit techno DJ Omar S. Acid-burn reviews, real fat-burning weight loss ingredients. Duggan seeks third term in 2021 with an endorsement from an unlikely place. Michigan Republicans came down harder on Detroit lawmaker for making threats than they have on Trump. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Rating the QB situations of likely NFL teams looking for new coaches. Houston Symphony's Very Merry Pop Springs Holiday Cheer. 12 days of favorite Houston food and drink experiences in 2020, Part 2, Treats and Trends. The Catholic girls pray for a resurrection with new anthology. 1984, the year George Orwell met Prince, Madonna, Michael, and Bruce. Best virtual bets, Jane Austen, Josephine Baker and Karen Carpenter. Upcoming Houston food events, give yourself the gift of great sandwiches. James Harden not the first rocket star to one out. Fort Bend County Judge KP George raises local threat level back to red alert. Streaming concert watch 11/9, Andrea Bocelli, Gorillaz and more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Man to set record for push-ups, raising money for first responders, Fox 6 Milwaukee. Is Valencia the fastest city in the world? Canadian Running Magazine. Deepest underground marathon distance run, team, world record set by Army Cadets, UK, World Record Academy. Canadian inventor Hacksmith creates world's first retractable lightsaber, Guinness World Records. World records unlikely for Tokyo Games, says Michael Phelps, CBC Ca. Samba Nova Systems ushers in new era of computing with availability of Samba Nova Data Scale, built for AI, authority. In a way, the horse bolted the stable many years ago, Sebco speaks to Let'sRun.com about shoes, world records, and 2021 Diamond League changes, Let'sRun.com. The world's most comfortable bike seat cushion hits Kickstarter, Taos Route, Gyro winner has London Cycleway named after him, Bora Hands Grow sign New Roglic, 47M bike breaks Guinness World Record, still pro aged 50 plus more on the Hive blog, Road CC. Watch, LZR but decided Caleb Dressel challenges 22nd barrier in 50 SCMFR, swim swam. Iran, world record hold in domestic violence, Iran focus. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Parler's downloads fell off a cliff. Google will let you limit the alcohol and gambling ads you see. Google is now calling on you to help develop its enigmatic Fuchsia OS. Make the t-shirt designs of your dreams with the Brother Scan and Copy X. MasterCard dumps Pornhub. The 10 best deals of December 10, 2020. The best pop culture we caught up on in 2020. Tasmanian devils may overcome transmissible cancer that nearly wiped them out. We're finally starting to see some great MagSafe accessories, but they're not coming from Apple. Space station spiders found a hack to build webs without gravity. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kimberley in South Africa at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ojmchikin in Russia at minus 66.1 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 54.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. FDA advisors give thumbs up to Pfizer vaccine, paving way for authorization. U.S. House passes bill to tear down judiciary's paywall. 4 major browsers are getting hit in widespread malware attacks. R.I.P. Henri, Lee Chat Noir, on-stridden feline YouTube star for the ages. Ex-Apple employees say company ignored China labor law violations. AT&T sells Crunchyroll to Sony for $1.2 billion amid streamlining efforts. Google breaks SMS on many Android phones, is rolling back changes now. Orbex raises $24 million in new funding, can now scale up for orbital launch. PC version of Cyberpunk 2077 now features an epilepsy warning. Next, announcements from the World Health Organization. Medical Product Alert N7-2020. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas politicians descend upon Georgia for Senate runoff elections. Despite historic diversity, Joe Biden faces pressure with cabinet picks. Texas AG hit by FBI subpoena as he tries to overturn the 2020 presidential election, report. Visa, MasterCard dumped Pornhub over abuse video claims. Swing states turn to Texas AG for seditious abuse of the courts in blistering legal filings. FDA clears COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer. Republicans' election denialism will lead to violence, based on cult behavior, ex-FBI deputy. MSNBC's Chris Hayes fumes at Trump's depraved indifference. Strong possibility of no Brexit trade deal, UK's Johnson warns. With Senate, and nation's future, at stake, corporations pouring money into Georgia for GOP. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Lunchtime photo. Here's why the GOP doesn't care about pumping more relief money into the pandemic economy. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 9th update. Do we need to abolish child protective services? Georgia Republicans are using fake claims of fraud to make it harder to vote. Biden picks stale white bread to lead the USDA. What sports comebacks can teach us about the 2020 election. Biden's Pentagon pick has deep defense industry ties, now it could complicate his nomination. What's the matter with cultural politics? Lunchtime photo. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. An ice probe on Earth could help us find life in space, yes. Star of science and movies, the Arecibo radio telescope is dead, science news for students. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. DFG to fund 20 new collaborative research centers, Eureka alert. Warren Nidek on the emancipatory capacity of art, East Hampton Star. Sue receives $1.20 M grant for Roar supercomputer-supported natural gas turbine project, HP Choir. A non-hallucinogenic psychedelic analog with therapeutic potential, Nature.com. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. The strange health experiments of Silicon Valley's wealthy elite, The Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, December 10th, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Nick Pope revisited. Aliens exist, says former Israeli space security chief. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.